We are 2 days away from the start of the NFL season, and with that, in 2 days, every single NFL player will start their journey towards the Lombardi Trophy. But the Lombardi Trophy isn't the only piece of hardware that players get at the end of the season. No, there is such a thing called the NFL awards, the MVP, the Rookie of the Year, the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Many of these different awards, they have contract implications, legacy implications, and if anything else, there are some very fun things to debate. So with that being said, here are my predictions for every single NFL award winner going into the 2024-2025 NFL season. Don't forget to like and sub. Let's get into it. Starting with the Offensive Rookie of the Year, obviously the favorite to win it is going to be Caleb Williams, the first overall pick in the best overall situation. A lot of people think that he's pretty much going to run away with it, but hold on, not so fast. You also have Jayden Daniels. You have Drake May. Bo Nix was named the starter in Denver. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's going to be the receiver one in Arizona with Kyler Murray. A healthy Kyler Murray in his first season with Gannon as head coach. Who wouldn't want to take Marvin Harrison Jr., right? I have even heard some rumblings, deep rumblings down the line, that Joe Alt might win Rookie of the Year. No, that's blasphemy. That's not going to happen, but I would like to. We need to give some love to the big boys. Creed Humphrey could have won it his rookie year. There have even been some rumblings of Xavier Legette with the Carolina Panthers, and I don't hate that one at all. You guys know how much of a Bryce Young lover I am. But let's be real. It's Caleb Williams' award to lose. It pains me to say that. As a diehard Packers fan, it pains me to say that. But Caleb Williams is the quarterback in the best situation who's going to get the most stuff around him. Obviously, Jayden Daniels, I think he's a phenomenal player. I have no faith in his O-line. His weapons aren't as good as Caleb Williams. He doesn't have receiving backs like Caleb Williams has receiving backs. Sure, he has Eckler, but it looks like Eckler's best days are behind him, maybe, I don't know. But with that being said, my NFL Rookie of the Year for the offense is going to be Caleb Williams. Now, the Defensive Rookie of the Year, this one's interesting because it took a very long time before a defensive player was even drafted in the first round. It took a very long time. Almost half of the first round was over by the time someone in the front offices was like, you know what? We should draft a defensive guy because defense wins championships. A lot of people are saying that Dallas Turner with the Vikings, he's going to go. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year on the defensive end. Some people are saying Latu from the Colts, he's going to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year. There's a lot of rumblings, man. A lot of rumblings. Everyone's looking at edge rushers. Everyone's looking at outside linebackers. People are even looking at D tackles to possibly win the Rookie of the Year. I'm here to tell you that none of that's happening. I know a lot of you guys look at me. I'm white, I'm from Iowa. I probably think Cooper DeJean should win Rookie of the Year, right? Well, you're wrong. I don't think that either. Because my Defensive Rookie of the Year is a corner. He is not from the Big Ten. He is not from the SEC. Not from the Big 12. He's not from the Pac-12. My Defensive Rookie of the Year is from the ACC. He's from Clemson. Last year, I thought it was going to be Christian Gonzalez, and I'm sticking with my cornerback brothers because my Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Nate Wiggins from the Baltimore Ravens. Moving on to Comeback Player of the Year. There's a lot out there for it, man. You have Joe Burrow. He hurt his wrist. You have my Pookie Bear, Aaron Rodgers. He tore his Achilles 4 plays into the season. Who knows? Who knows what's going to go on with him? Yes, I do in fact have an Aaron Rodgers Funko Pop. Is that what it's called, a Funko Pop? Yes, I have Aaron Rodgers in my office. Yes, he's my Pookie Bear. I don't think it's going to be him, man. You have a lot of different quarterbacks going for this award. If you watched last year, it wasn't good. Quarterbacks were getting hurt left and right. Sure, you have running backs too. J.K. Dobbins, he's in LA now. He's with Harbaugh. They run the ball a lot. But let's be real, man. Let's just be very clear. You have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in an offense that has a lot of talent with something to prove, a chip on his shoulder, and a division that is his for the taking. I'm not going to be talking too much about this because Aaron Rodgers is going to be my Comeback Player of the Year. Yes, there will be quarterbacks who make a case. Yes, Joe Burrow, he'll make a case at it. There's going to be players that make a case to Comeback Player of the Year, but look, man, none of them are Aaron Rodgers. None of them are in as good of a position as Aaron Rodgers is in. So with that being said, my Comeback Player of the Year, I'm not going to beat around the bush, is going to be my glorious king, Aaron Rodgers. Going into Coach of the Year, you have a lot of candidates to choose from. You have new coaches everywhere, all across the board. If you guys have been watching this channel, you guys know I love Dave Canales. I love Dave Canales. I think he's an offensive mastermind. Did you see his first preseason drive with Bryce Young? 4 for 6, 70 yards and a touchdown. It was masterful. He's the quarterback whisperer, but I don't think it's going to be him. You have Gerard Mayo. He's in New England now. Sorry, man. I don't think it's going to be him. You have Jim Harbaugh. He's running from Michigan because they definitely didn't cheat. And he's now with LA. He has Herbert. He's got a good run game. He's got Greg Roman there at OC. I'm not sure if that's a positive or a negative. I guess we'll find out. But I don't think it's going to be him either. Because my coach of the year is going to be a rookie coach from the Atlanta Falcons. I think it's going to be Raheem Morris. Now look, I have a massive explanation for this. Number one, this is the Falcons division to lose. And if you're a rookie head coach and you take your team to the playoffs, you're probably going to win coach of the year. You now have Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson. You have a great offense. You just signed Matthew Judon. You just signed Justin Simmons. You just extended AJ Terrell. You have everything pointing towards a Falcons playoff push and potentially a run in the playoffs with the rookie head coach. Honestly, dude, you could have Bill Belichick's dog coaching this team. They're still going to make the playoffs if everything goes right. Even if Kirk goes down, which hopefully he doesn't, that would be awful. Michael Penix is pro-ready. He's a pro-ready quarterback. Dude is 4 years older than me, and I'm already graduated college. I mean, he's ready to go. He has a great arm. He can use that offense. You saw what he did at Washington, and that's only if Kirk Cousins doesn't go down. We've seen what Kirk Cousins can do when you put a good team around him. He's really, really good until it's prime time. Maybe you can sub in Michael Penix at prime time. I don't know. But with all that being said, I don't really see anybody getting in the way with Raheem Morris for Coach of the Year. So that's going to be my choice. Raheem Morris is going to be my Coach of the Year. Moving on to Offensive Player of the Year. This is one of the best awards of the night, man. One of the best awards of the season. The best offensive player in the NFL that usually isn't a quarterback. It's probably not going to be the MVP. It usually isn't. It's not like the Heisman, man. It's not like the Heisman. The NFL actually has some standards here, okay? You have Tyreek Hill. You have Christian McCaffrey. You have CeeDee Lamb. Heard some rumblings about Dontavion Wicks. I don't know. Hey, if you watch the Packers, you know Dontavion Wicks is kind of that guy. There's a lot of different things that could be happening for Offensive Player of the Year. But I don't think it's going to be any of those guys. It's going to be a running back. But it's not going to be Derrick Henry. It's not going to be Christian McCaffrey. It's not going to be Josh Jacobs. Sorry, Packers fans. I wish it is, but it's not going to be him. It's not going to be Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. This is not 2020. Jerry Jones, you must know that by now. I had to get one in there, I'm sorry. Because my Offensive Player of the Year is going to be Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people are going to make this pick. And for good reason. He's a stud. But now he has a quarterback who has shown that he targets his weapons a lot. It's not like last year where you had Desmond Ridder, who is now delivering DoorDash, no disrespect intended. Hey, you're the one who took that commercial, not me. Respectfully, he's never had a real quarterback in the NFL. Now, he's only had 1 year in the NFL, let's be real, but he can catch. He can run. He's a multi-purpose back. The multi-purpose back usually wins this award. Last year, Christian McCaffrey. Bijan Robinson could be just like Christian McCaffrey in Atlanta's offense. What? And you know what? It's a shocker here. Raheem Morris, where did he just come from? San Francisco. Do you believe it? He's from the Shanahan coaching tree. And what did he just watch last year? I know that says George Kittle. I know I'm a Packers fan, but look, George Kittle, he went to my high school. Look, the point is Raheem Morris just took a full year with Kyle Shanahan watching Christian McCaffrey. Yes, I know, he's a defensive-minded head coach. Look, man, he understands. You get the ball to Bijan. You get the ball to your playmakers in space, and you let them do what the name says, make plays, playmaker backwards, make player, stuff like that, you know? That's what you're supposed to do. So that is why I think that Bijan Robinson will be the 2024 Offensive Player of the Year. Now moving on to Defensive Rookie of the Year. You have all the edge rushers, man. You have TJ Watt. You have Myles Garrett. You have Micah Parsons. Now if you go into the secondary, look no further. You have Sauce Gardner. AJ Terrell just got an extension. Trevon Diggs. People are looking very heavily. Maybe Bosa comes back and wins it. Maybe Chris Jones turns the clock back a little bit. Maybe he goes and gets it. I mean, D tackles, they're no stranger to win this award, I'm sure. Aaron Donald, all the time, right? But here's the thing. Everybody, all the names that are getting thrown out, sure, they might be on good teams. Sure, they may have a lot of sacks, but none of them have the motor. None of them have the edge of my guy. The guy that I'm choosing, man, he's gotten kicked out of practice because he's been disrupting the offense so much. His offense isn't good. It's not good at all. It's probably not that hard to disrupt if you're a great defensive player. But there's great. And then there is Max Crosby, who is my Defensive Player of the Year, man. Year in and year out, he has been overlooked. He has been overlooked by so many people. And now with the addition of Christian Wilkins, you can't really double team Max Crosby anymore. And especially now that Antonio Pierce has that grit to the team. The team has an edge to him. They don't have Josh McDaniel anymore calling plays. Respectfully, I don't want to take shots, but let's be real. He didn't exactly have the locker room on his side. He didn't. I'm just calling it like I see it, and my glasses on in the words of Lil Wayne. And now going into the biggest award of the night, the biggest award that you could put on your legacy, the most valuable player. Sure, let's be real. Probably not going to a running back. If CMC didn't win it last year, it's probably not going to the running back. So you know who it's going to? Let's be real. The guys just sling the ball, a quarterback. There's been a lot of guys thrown around for this conversation. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes. Every single year he's going to be in the running. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. Who knows? Lamar, he just got Derrick Henry. Another year with Zay Flowers. Maybe he gets it. Josh Allen, he's always been in the running. Sure, he doesn't have anyone to throw to, but maybe he'll throw to himself. I wouldn't put it past him. He's a great player. CJ Stroud. Everyone's thinking that he's going to take a leap. He now has Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, another year with Bobby Slowick calling the plays. A lot of people are saying that Jordan Love. Hey, as a Packers fan, I would love that. No pun intended. But let's be real, man. Everyone wants to pick the popular guy for MVP. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow even. But a lot of time we overlook the consistency of guys like Matthew Stafford. Guys like Kyler Murray. He's coming back. He now has Trey McBride with another year under his belt. He now has Marvin Harrison Jr. James Conner is a very underrated running back. But none of those guys, I think, are going to get the MVP. My MVP, a former first overall pick. It's not Baker Mayfield. It's not Bryce Young. My 2024 NFL MVP is going to be Jared Goff from the Detroit Lions. Now hear me out. Before you click off the video, I'm hoping that you haven't. Let me explain. Ben Johnson was a coordinator who was getting NFL head coaching looks. He could have went to pretty much anywhere that he wanted to that had a vacancy. But he came back to Detroit because he is trying to go win a Super Bowl. Jared Goff plays insanely well in domes. He plays 2 games. 2. Outside this season. Maybe he plays more. I don't know. I saw an article. It's around there. He plays a lot more inside than he does outside. I'll just say that right now. He has a deadly 1-2 punch of Montgomery and Gibbs. He has Laporta. He has Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm telling you guys right now, you guys are not ready to watch Jameson Williams finally be able to play in the league this year. Rookie year, he had a torn ACL. Sophomore year, he was on that FanDuel grind. Look, it's on every single NFL end zone. Jameson Williams thought, hey, let me throw a couple bucks on the Alabama game. Guess what? He learned his lesson. He's not going to be suspended going into the year. Jared Goff is going to be able to hit the ground running with this offense with an offensive coordinator who he has continuity with. They understand what works well, what doesn't work well. They are synchronized. Their offense doesn't lose a lot of people. They have a bolstered O-line. They extended some of the O-line. Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the most consistent receivers in the NFL. You have Jameson Williams going deep. Sam Laporta, he's going to have an insane year. He's an Iowa tight end. Of course he's going to have an insane year, man. Do you see the people we put in the NFL? Come on. But with that being said, man, a lot of people, they don't understand this pick. But here's the thing. I don't make my predictions for approval. I don't make my predictions for an attaboy. I make my predictions because it's what I feel in my stones. I'm not going to get banned off YouTube. But you know what I'm saying when I'm talking about my stones, what I feel in the plums. And I feel that Jared Goff is going to have an MVP season, man. That's what I feel. Don't get it twisted, man. Last year, I said Lamar. A lot of people said he's only a running back. Those same people, they circled around at the end of the season. They said, hey, attaboy, you got it. That's what's going to happen this year too, man. Jared Goff is going to be your 2024 NFL most valuable player. Similar to a Matt Ryan season in 2016. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. That is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support recently. Look, I've been lacking on YouTube. Other platforms, I've been posting a lot more. So if you want to follow my Twitter, my TikTok, my Instagram, all those are linked down below. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos now that we are in the football season. I finally got all the personal stuff in my life situated. I got in my house, all that. So we are ready to hit the ground running on YouTube. I thank you guys so much for the support. It does not go unnoticed. I promise one of these days I'm going to be consistently uploading. I'm hoping that I can say after this, but look, man, you look at my past videos, I've said, hey, we're gonna hit the ground running and upload consistently. I haven't been doing that. And you guys have been holding me accountable, and I appreciate you guys for that. But that's all I have. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this. And the most important thing I can stress to you, the most important thing of all, man, look at the shirt. Come on. Look at the back. Hang on. Check the V-Loan. God bless. Jesus loves you. Peace.